I want to commit suicide. It's something that I've said, it's something that I've attempted, and it's something that I'm not ashamed of anymore. 1 in 4 of us will have a mental health problem at some point in our lives. That's the same rate as cancer. And yet, it's still not taken seriously. In school, we learn about kidney failure. We learn about what to do if you have a tiny little cut on your hand and elevate it above your heart. But we never got taught about the most important thing in our body, our brain. We learned about stuff that our brain could do, but we never learned about something that our brain could get. Something that we could be born with, something that could creep up on us at any point in our lives. The biggest killer of men under the age of 30. We never learned about this. I remember I told my teacher I wanted to die. I wanted to commit suicide. Do you know what the response I got was? You'll be fine. Stop over-exaggerating. Word for word, that's what I got. Imagine if I went in there with a tiny little 1-inch cut on my arm, just here. I said, Miss, I've got a cut on my arm. What would she have done? She would have taken me straight to hospital, or she would have taken me to the school nurse, depending on how bad it was. It would have been treated properly. But because I had a problem that she couldn't see, she ignored it. And that happens to people everywhere in the world. And I want to be the voice of these people, as well as people like Tyson Fury. I know Joe Well has done it a couple of times. I want to be a voice. I want to say to people that are suffering out there, you don't need to suffer. I'm not going to say the cliche thing, it's okay not to be okay, because it's not. It's not okay. It's not okay we have to put up with this. It's not okay that we still get stigmatized. It's not okay that any of this is a thing. Why is it not fair? It's not fair. But like the yin and the yang, there's a good and a bad in every situation. Without my depression, I wouldn't be where I am today. Without my depression, I wouldn't have been able to help thousands of people with the same thing as me. Without my depression, I wouldn't be who I am as a person. And those are positives I can take out of that. Yes, it's fucking hard and it's shit. And we've all got to put up with it, and it's fucking terrible. Why is it? It's not fair, is it? I know the feeling. It's not fair. But we can change that. Don't be afraid of something that you have. You wouldn't be afraid if you had a broken toe. You wouldn't be afraid if you had a broken arm. You wouldn't be afraid if you had a bladder stone. You wouldn't be afraid to tell anyone about those things, would you? You might be afraid of that thing itself, like I'm afraid about depression. But you've got to come to terms, and you've got to not be afraid to share that. Telling somebody is the best thing you can do. I promise you that. I tried to tell people in the past, like I said, and I didn't get anything from it. Shit happens. But someone will care. And hopefully that someone might watch this video and understand a little bit more about it. And to people that don't have depression and want to understand what it is, imagine a dark cloud around your head constantly. Imagine when everyone else is happy about a situation, and imagine every little thing in life that takes you down 1 peg in a ladder. It will take us down 5. I got so depressed about the CPM drop in YouTube, but I haven't uploaded properly for a year. What the fuck's going on? But I'm not okay with not being okay. I don't want to say that it's okay to not be okay. I'm not okay with that. I want to be normal. I want to be a normal person, and we all do. Saying that shit doesn't help. But the first step is to accept it. Accept what you've got, and you'll be able to deal with it step by step from there. Take it day by day and try and make it a little bit better. We've all got things that make us happy, no matter how depressed we are. It could be the simplest thing, like getting a coffee, having a wank, anything. There's something that everybody enjoys. Take that one thing and try and turn it into 2, and try and turn it into 3. I know how hard it is to try and ignore negative thoughts. I was abused from my dad. The last conversation I had with my dad, in fact, was an abusive conversation. I was bullied a lot in school. I wasn't accepted by people until I was a YouTuber. And what a fake fucking acceptance that is. It's hard to be in the public eye with this, and people will never understand that unless they're in the position I'm in. And I will never understand your position unless I'm in your position. But I can promise you one thing, it does get better, and it will get better. I don't want to sound cliche, but just try and think positively. If you need any help, there are links below. Please speak to somebody. If you don't want to speak to somebody that you know, there's links below for people to speak to. It's not okay to not be okay. But it is okay to try and deal with it. Peace.